Hello, students. I hope you are doing well with your online studies. Today, we are going to learn English, chapter number 5 in Unit 1, The Necklace, written by Guy de Maupassant. Guy de Maupassant's full name is Henry Rene Albert Guy de Maupassant. He was born on 5th August 1850 and died on 6th July 1893. He was a French writer and is remembered as a master of short stories. He wrote some 300 short stories, 6 novels, 3 travel books, and 1 volume of verse. One of the finest work of his verse is put up on the slide. It says, "There is only one good thing in life, and that is love." Such beautiful verses you will find written by Guy de Maupassant. He is also considered as a father of short story writing. Now let us begin with our chapter. No doubt the screen shows you a textbook page, children, but it is better if you have your textbooks with you so that the understanding is much more clear. There is more clarity. The characters in this lesson is Matilde Loisel, Mr. Loisel, and Madame Forestier. And the entire chapter revolves around the necklace. So let us now begin with the chapter, The Necklace. Matilde was a pretty and a charming girl, born if by an error of fate. Error of fate means a mistake, into a family of clerks. She had no means of becoming known, understood, loved, or be wedded to an aristocrat. She dreamt high. She always wanted to live an aristocrat, a royal life, but unfortunately, this was not written in her destiny. She was born in a poor family, a middle class family, and so she finally ended up getting married also to a middle class person. Okay, but she wanted to get married to an aristocrat who is rich, wealthy person. And so she let herself to be married to a minor official at the Ministry of Education. She dressed plainly because she had never been able to afford anything better. She suffered endlessly, feeling she was entitled to all the luxuries of life. She suffered because of a shabby, poorly furnished house. She wasn't happy with what she had and always would complain about what life she is leading is not meant for her. She always had complaints with God that she desired for something else and now she's getting something else only. All these things that another woman of her class would not even have noticed tormented her and made her resentful. Because she was very selfish and greedy for materialistic things, she always cried and brooded over her past, over her present situation. She wanted to be rich, she wanted to be wealthy, she wanted to be known, but unfortunately, things were not as per her plans. So, these all thoughts tormented her. Tormented her means, children, she was undergoing a mental suffering. And so, she was resentful. Now, resentful means she was very, very rude in her speech, in her behavior. She would not accept anything and do it willingly. Rather, she was always brooding over things. She dreamed of a grand palatial mansion with vast rooms and inviting smaller rooms perfumed for afternoon chat with close friends. Now, she dreamed. Dreamed means she imagined. She wanted to have a big palace, vast, huge rooms, and she wanted some rooms wherein she could have a afternoon party, like with her close friends. So her dreams were very big, but means to satisfy those dreams were very, very less. So there was no balance absolutely. So with this two paragraphs, you come to know that Matilde was a very selfish and a greedy person. Yet she had no rich dresses, no jewels, nothing, and these were the only things she loved. She wanted so much to charm, to be envied, and to be sought after. She wanted to be charming, she wanted to be good looking female, she wanted people to envy her, and she also wanted people to be sought after her. That means, to follow her. So, overall, she wanted a very good, like, in inverted commas, you can say that she wanted an aristocrat life, a life of a princess, rather. But unfortunately, things were not favoring this. She had a rich friend, a former schoolmate at the convent, whom she avoided visiting. Now, why did she avoid visiting her? Because she was rich and wealthy, which Madame Loisel could never be in her life. Because afterwards she would weep with regret, despair, and misery. After visiting the friend, she would always make herself feel low. Now, why she made herself feel low? Because her dreams were big and means to satisfy those dreams were very, very less. And so she felt very low. Okay, and she wept with regret, a sorry feeling, despair, absence of hope, no hope that she would do anything good, and also misery. Misery means nothing but children, all difficulties, worries, troubles, anxieties. One evening, her husband came home with an air of triumph, holding a large envelope in his hand. Look, he said, here's something for you. Now he came home one day evening, her poor husband, who is a clerk at Ministry of Education, with an invitation card. And so he had an air of triumph. Triumph is a great victory. He felt really elated that he was invited for this particular party. And so he comes home and he tells his wife, look, here's something for you. He is so excited that his wife would be rather happy. She tore open the paper and drew out a card on which was printed the words, "The Minister of Education and MME, that is Mrs. George Ramponneau, requests the pleasure of Mr. and Mrs. Loisel's company at the Ministry on the evening of Monday, January 18th. Now, M and MME, children, are the French abbreviations for Mr. and Mrs., or you also call it as Sir and Madam. Okay, so these are French abbreviated words. So there was an invitation for Mr. and Mrs. Loisel from the Minister of Education. Okay, so it was a big deal for them. It was a great invite for them, and in fact, they should have been more elated that they were the invitees for such an aristocrat party. Instead of being delighted as her husband had hoped, she threw the invitation on the table resentfully and muttered. She wasn't happy. She was so annoyed that she threw it, and she started muttering a few words. What do you want me to do with that? And what do you expect me to wear if I go? Two important questions as per Matilde. What do you want me to do with that? She wasn't happy because she desired to go, but she did not have any attire to wear for that party. Moreover, she asked him the second time, and if you want me to go, what should I wear? Direct question to her husband, for which the husband was startled. Okay, he hadn't thought of that and he stammered. Because he had not thought of that, he did not know what to tell his wife at that moment. Why, the dress you go to the theatre in? It seems very nice to me. Now, the husband felt whenever they go out for a movie, the outfit that she wears would be enough for this party. But Madame Loisel was not like that. Remember, she was very, very rich and wanted to be very rich and had a style, what you can say, she wanted to be always in style and always known to people and always wanted to stand out among the crowd. So he says, what dress you have and what when we go out, what you wear, it seems very nice to me. He stopped, stunned, distressed, to see his wife crying. Distressed means he did not understand. He was anxious to know why his wife is crying so bitterly. He stuttered to say with difficulty, "What's the matter? Let's see, Matilde. How much would a suitable dress cost?" He was a thorough gentleman who loved his wife. He says, "Doesn't matter. Let me see how much a decent dress would cost us." Okay. Now it was an opportunity for Matilde. She thought for a moment, computing the cost, calculating the cost, and also wondering what amount she could ask for without an immediate refusal. Without an immediate refusal means immediately moment hears the amount, he should not say no to her. So she was actually calculating how much amount should I ask my husband. At last she answered hesitantly. Hesitantly means because she wasn't sure whether she was going to get it. "I don't know exactly, but I think I could do it with 400 francs. Franc again is a currency used in France. Now he turned a little pale, very sad. because he had been saving that exact amount to buy a gun for a hunting summer. Now, her husband also had dreams and desires, but his was adventurous. And because he wanted to go for hunting, he wanted a gun for himself. And so he was saving that money. But looking at his wife crying and very sad, he thought of forgiving or, giving a secondary priority to for his dreams and wanted Matilde to be happy. So he wanted to have a gun for a hunting summer in the country near Nanterre. Nanterre is nothing but a town in North France with a few friends. However, he said, very well, I can give you 400 francs, but try and get a really beautiful dress. The day of the party drew near, and Madame Loisel seemed sad, restless, anxious, though her dress was ready. One evening, her husband said to her, what's the matter? You have been acting strange these last 3 days. This Matilde was never satisfied with what she had. Now her husband gave her money to buy a dress, but still she was not looking happy, and she was behaving a little strange. Finally her husband asked her, what is the matter? Now why are you behaving like this? So she replied, I am upset that I have no jewels. Not a single stone to wear. I would rather not go to the party. Now, after buying the dress, there was another demand of jewels. Now, husband did not know what to do because he was restricted with regards to his earnings. So he said, you could wear flowers, he said. They are very fashionable at this time of year. If you want to wear some jewels, wear something of flowers, something of natural flowers, you can just wear it. Okay? And so he says, don't wear the jewels. I'm happy and it looks good on you if you wear flowers. She was not convinced. The next day, she went to her friend's house and told her of her distress. Distress is a cause of suffering. Madame Forestier went to her the wardrobe that has a mirror, took out a large box, bought it back, opened it, and said it to Madame Loisel. Choose, my dear. Now, why she calls her my dear? Because Madame Forestier considers Loisel to be her friend. First, Matilde saw some bracelets, then a pearl necklace. She tried on the jewellery in the mirror. She kept asking, you have nothing else. When she was seeing the jewellery and at the same time even inquiring whether she has anything else. Because whatever so far she saw, she wasn't happy with. Why? Yes, but I don't know what you like. Suddenly she discovered in a black satin box a superb diamond necklace, and her heart began to beat with uncontrolled desire. Her hands trembled as she took it. She fastened it around her neck and stood lost in ecstasy as she looked at herself. Because she was asking, you don't have anything else, is there anything more to see? Madame Forestier brought another box, and in that she found the diamond necklace. Moment she saw it, it was so attractive that she picked up this and was looking at herself in the mirror, admiring herself, and just wanted to have that diamond necklace, sorry. Then she asked anxiously, hesitating, would you lend me this, just this? Why? Yes, of course. Now, why Madame Forestier must have asked her why? Because she felt that Loisel is becoming too formal. She shouldn't have been so formal. She should have just asked, "I want this, and I will take it." But she was so much in a feeling of ecstasy that she asked her, "Should I only take this? Please lend me only this." She threw her arms around her friend's neck rapturously. Rapturously means with great joy. She hugged her with great joy and then fled with her treasure. Fled is to go back home. The day of the party arrived. Madame Loisel was a great success. She was prettier than all the other women, elegant, gracious, smiling, and full of joy. She danced wildly with passion, forgetting everything in the triumph of her beauty and success, floating in a cloud of happiness. To be floating in a cloud of happiness means to be elated, because she always desired to have a life of an aristocrat, a rich life, and she was getting to live the moment. So she lived the moment thoroughly, wanted to be with this wanted to enjoy the moment and forget everything forget everything about her real condition. She did not wanted to have a feeling also that all these things are temporary. It is not permanent in her life. Matilde and her husband left at about 4 o'clock in the morning. And when they were finally in the street, they could not find a cab because it was 4 in the morning and they did not find any mode of transport. So they walked down towards the scene. Scene is another town there near the place. Okay, till they found one. They were dropped off at their door in the Rue des Martyrs, and sadly, it was all over for her. They found a cab and then they reached their place safely. Now, in front of the mirror, she took a final look. Now, why a final look? Because she knew such a elegant dress no doubt she would wear, but for what occasion she would wear. And the jewelry that she was wearing. She was very much happy to possess that jewelry for some time. So, she took a final look at herself in all her glory. But suddenly she uttered a cry. Uttered a cry is to shout aloud. She no longer had the necklace round her neck. Surprising, where the necklace is gone. What's the matter? Asked her husband. She turned towards him, panic stricken. Panic stricken means she did not know how to behave, a feeling of terror, anxiety. I no longer have Madame Forestier's necklace. Now she was so much terrified that she did not know how to say it to her husband. Okay, she just said it, I no longer have the necklace with me. He stood up, distraught. Distraught means worried, disturbed. What? How? That's impossible. The husband also did not know how to react to the situation. He just muttered the few words, what, how, and that's impossible. Okay, so children, for this first video, till here we finish. Part 2 we will listen in the next video. So we shall continue a little later. Thank you.